Today, I want to kick it all the way gun barrel straight and tell you that possibly your mama didn't tell you everything. Let's talk about it. Glory to the Most High Yah. Welcome back for another episode. And today, if you're watching this, I'm going to point out some things that you might have not been told. It will be extremely rare if you were told this type of stuff as a young man. So when we look at Proverbs 31, today I want you to focus on verses 1 through 9, because I remember, and when I think about this, it's like you're told everything else in the Bible that doesn't give you discernment of what you need to look for. So in saying that, when you think about Proverbs 31 verse 9, let's break that thing down. And I want you to go back and look this up, because you're going to realize that King Lemuel had a special kind of mother, a set apart mother. I wish the Bible would have went more in depth elaborating what her life looked like, because when you read it, it's pretty much King Lemuel's mother prophesies to him of the Spirit on what to be watchful for. What to be watchful for. Think about this, man. How many of you have a mother or aunties or women in your life that tell you the absolute truth as per Scripture? How many of them are willing to agree that you probably need to abstain from women that don't meet these criteria, because it talks about the way of being with these women and how they will, take the power from the king. They will destroy king. King Lemuel has something special as a mother. And when you think about this, how does the sisterhood of these artificial women survive? By not telling you the truth. By not telling you the truth. Anytime something comes up in truth, especially Proverbs 31, they have some far-fetched idea of what it means instead of just taking it for its literal context. Women were entrepreneurs back in the day. They were heavy involved in agriculture, buying land, planting gardens, sewing. That's what Proverbs 31 is. They were making clothes, making linen. But women of today, modern women, they want to kick the field goal post as far as they can down the road to doggone make you think that you're reading it wrong. But this is the reason why I pointed you to verses 1 through 9. 10 is where it gets into, what is a virtuous woman. But King Lemuel's mother prophesies to him saying, hey, you can't drink no liquor. If you drinking wine, heavy spirits, strong drink, you are going to miss something. It's going to mess your judgment up. And you're not going to be able to doggone do what you need to do. Stripping your power as a king. Think about how many women out here that are claiming to be set apart but want nothing to do with Proverbs 31 in its biblical essence. Think about how they refute, dispute, all this stuff, kick the field goal posts down the way. But King Lemuel's mother set us up for success. See, the sisterhood is so strong because you now have all of these people, all of these women of Jezebel's spirit. That's everything that Proverbs 31 isn't. Now they're educated at high levels and they don't look like Proverbs 31. They got fake hair in their head. They got, fake eyelashes. They got on face paint. They got on doggone, fake hair in their head. They got on 6-inch hooker heels. They got on unmodest clothes. They got doggone butt injections. They got Botox in their face. The list goes on. The list goes on. Now I get the essence of it. If the sisterhood can spend so much time justifying and try to lose you in theology and ideology of what Proverbs 31 isn't when it comes to a virtuous woman, you never get to see the goodness in verses 1 through 9. How many of you, just get in the comment section and let me know, how many of you had a mother that broke Proverbs 31 down to you? Chances are They taught you the Lord's Prayer. You see what I'm saying? Chances are they taught you Psalms 91, the prayer of protection. But when it comes to the sisterhood, they're not going to show you anything that uncovers their unrighteousness. They don't want you to fix your eyes upon it. But this is why I tell all my men out here, you need to get right with the Most High Yah before you entertain any of these women. That way you have discernment. Because once you get yourself in a situation and they say till death do us part, it's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take the Most High Yah moving in on hearts and minds and bring restoration and transformation. But when I think about this, I'm like, man, I read this the other day and I said, dang, I don't know not one man. And I know some strong dudes. I don't know a handful of them that's stepping up and stepping out, but I know some strong dudes. And how many of you had a mother that was that real, that truthful, that set apart to ingrain this in you as a man? When you think about it, you think about status, you think about celebrities, you think about these men that have status, that are above, the status quo, things like that. You look at how the sisterhood will take these men, strip them of everything. When you think about men that are trying to live set apart, you get too doggone rooted in righteousness. What do they want to do? Strip you. You see what I'm saying? Why does the sisterhood, out of everybody, they have a problem with forgiving, but yet they want to be forgiven. They want to be seen as angels. They want to be seen as Barbie dolls. We have a lot of women out here that won't acknowledge that the sisterhood is complete BS and it is not what the Bible is talking about. When you start lining up women of the sisterhood and lining them up against Proverbs 31 and why King Lemuel's mother was so important, people don't understand that, because you start to see nowadays modern woman wants you to think that the Beyoncés are God-fearing, that the Megan Thee Stallions are God-fearing. They want you to think that the Megan Goods are God-fearing. But we have some sisters out here that are really living that life. And just like I said, I know some strong men and I know some very few that are set apart in their lifestyle. You have some women out there that's very set apart. They're wearing head coverings. They want nothing to do with all this fake stuff, the way of the world. They want nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? They wear a head covering to honor the Most High Yah, and if they have a husband, to honor the husband. When you think about the men that they want to be around, they want to be around upright, righteous men. They don't want to be around all these men in the club drinking and doing all this stuff. No, those might be the last women of this generation, the ones that set apart right now to sit their sons down and lay it down as per Proverbs 31. And I thought about it. I said, man, ain't nobody, I had to find this for myself. Chances are you're a man and you had to find Proverbs 31 for yourself. But I want you to focus on verses 1 through 9. Look at all these female pastors and how they have kicked the field goal post even further. If you can find one that's talking about Proverbs 31, they're trying to get men as far away from the absolute truth as can be, because they don't want you to have a leg to stand on when you're doing your job as a man, when you're doing your job as a husband. This is crazy. And it just light bulb just went off. King Lemuel was blessed in the sense that his mother knew that he was going to get out here and encounter these women as a man. And if he didn't know how to look amongst the field and spot out virtue, he would be stripped of his power. How many of you can say that about your mother? Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Check out the link in the description, because I'm only shooting a gun barrel straight.